I was never the biggest Frozen fan.
How original.
I know, but given all the hype surrounding its release, I thought it would be something decent, so when I finally watched it, I couldn't help but feel let down. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. I say all this because I would rather watch that movie
10 times over
than whatever the hell this Trainwreck was. So, we literally open up on an exposition dump. No, seriously, Anna and Elsa's dad tell some story about how he and his dad met some forest people. I'm sorry, spirits, and formed a friendship with them before all of a sudden they break out into a fight for seemingly no reason before his dad presumably dies. He's then saved by some mysterious entity that I assume we'll get details on later. And now the forest is covered in a mist that no one can enter or leave. Before we continue, I have a
question. What's your question, soldier?
why are they friends? No, seriously, the movie just outright states
Their ways were so different from ours, but still, they promised us friendship.
but they don't do anything for them up until that point. They aren't using their gifts to help the people of the kingdom or anything besides entertaining them, and that's only after they became friends. Look, I'm not saying friends have to do everything for each other, but just show me why they like each other rather than telling me. Whatever, we're only like 5 minutes in, and to be honest, I was on my phone while this was happening, hence me going back to rewatch the exposition. Hooray. Moving on, the mom sings some song that honestly isn't too bad, but it just doesn't seem as grandiose as they're trying to make it to be. Transitioning now to Elsa, who seems to have been hearing voices. Either that, she's going crazy. Oh look, another song, and this time it's about how things are changing. It's actually not bad, in fact I enjoy it. Game Magic 13 was right in saying the music is the best part. Oh, here's the start to that running gag where Kristoff tries to propose everyone was talking about.
Brilliant.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite game of charades, but whoops, Elsa's hearing voices again. Someone get the jacket. Hey Kristoff, now's not the best time to propose. I know it's gonna be a running gag, but one, it feels a bit early in the movie, and two, how can he be this tone deaf when Anna's clearly worrying about her sister? Whatever. Anna comforting her sister is honestly well done and is extremely heartwarming, but oh no, song! Look, I'm not gonna analyze or break down every song. I don't want to be here forever, trust me. The song is good, no problem here. Post-song, it seems that the town has experienced some elemental shenanigans. Oh no, bro! After evacuating the townsfolk, Anna is upset that Elsa didn't tell her about the forest calling her. I'm sorry, Anna, did you want to think Elsa was going crazy? Just me? Okay. Anyway, Elsa explains that she awoke the magic of the forest. How? By singing some stupid song? Some trolls, not those trolls, roll up to explain how the spirits are unrest due to the unresolved dispute between Elsa's family and the forest. A plot revolving around a character having to clean up a dead family member's mess? Now where have I heard that one before? So Elsa, Sven, Kristoff, and Olaf head to the forest to fix it. On the way, Olaf tries to do what Donkey did in Shrek 2 by talking a bunch, but way less funny. At least in that movie, Donkey was bored. Here, it's just noise for the sake of it. They shut him up, and you guessed it, in a way less funny way than in Shrek 2.
Well, that was unanimous, but I will look it up when we get home.
How are you going to do that if you guys don't have phones?
What time period is this supposed to be again?
Guys, look, another Kristoff stumbles to propose moment. How wacky. At least they waited this time. Oh, and there's a reference to the first movie. To be fair, it's well done and I've honestly seen worse, but it's undercut by how Kristoff can't talk properly and just asks Anna to marry him. Entering the forest, Anna comes across the dam her father talked about in the exposition scene, and Kristoff explains,
well, if that dam broke, it would send a tidal wave so big it would wash away everything on this fjord.
that definitely won't have any implications later. Kristoff then once again tries to propose unsuccessfully. Hey guys, the joke wasn't funny the first time, it's not going to be funny the 30th time. It's like they took a page out of Butch Hartman's book of repeating a joke multiple times in an episode and hoping it'll be funny. Anyway, Anna is off to find Elsa and Olaf sings a song about getting older until a wind spirit interacts with him and everyone else. I honestly don't know what to say for this next scene. Like literally, I don't know. I think the wind spirit is supposed to be aggressive, so it attacks Elsa before she, and hear me out here, freezes the memories within the spirit. I only know this because Anna asks Olaf to tell him about the way the water works, and he says,
Water has memory. The water that makes up you and me has passed through at least 4 humans and or animals before us.
the wind spirit is all friendly again. Don't ask me how. Anyway, Anna and the gang run to Arendelle soldiers, and I presume the people of the forest. The forest people and the Arendellian soldiers, I assume, are at odds with each other given the way they are portrayed here. After that interaction, they then, and I quote here, go for the sword. Why? I mean, I guess it makes sense, but why not try to say get her or subdue her? Yeah, it might sound generic, but at least it makes sense. Whatever. Elsa stops one with her ice magic, and Olaf explains the plot of the first movie. Again, why? No one asks, who are you? And even if they did, the first words out of anyone's mouth should have been Anna, since she clearly knew they were from Arendelle. So she could have easily told them that they were the daughters of the previous king. Sure, they might not have to believe them at first, but at least, oh, they told them anyway, and they instantly believed them since the head soldier could see the resemblance of their parents on their faces, hence rendering this entire scene pointless? Gotcha. Oh, and before I forget, these soldiers were trapped here for years, the same soldiers who served Anna and Elsa's parents. How did they survive for that long? I don't know, maybe they hunted for food or something? Well, at least they ate, so that's something, I guess. Anyway, the soldiers side with Anna, and before tensions can get too high, Elsa just steps in to calm them down. But oh no, a fire spirit has gotten out of control and starts attacking the forest, so everyone starts heading towards the river. And whoa, hang on, I thought the soldiers sided with Anna and Elsa. Don't get me wrong, it's reasonable why they retreat, but not one of them thinks to make sure Anna or Elsa, the Queen of Arendelle, is escorted safely, or at the very least try to get out of harm's way. Yes, she has magic, but that doesn't mean she's... Whatever, Anna's doing the soldier's job and Kristoff is rescuing the reindeer that got lost in the forest. It's almost as if these characters are the only ones actually doing something. Hell, even Elsa's attempting to put out the fire. Anyway, Kristoff heads back and rescues Anna from the fire while Elsa continues to put out the fire, which turns out to be a small lizard. I thought these were supposed to be the spirits, not animals, and it's not one of those things where they thought it was spirits because they never saw them, because the wind element was a spirit. Whatever. After capturing and befriending the spirit, everyone else just magically comes back and stares at Elsa like a bunch of brain-dead morons. Not one of them thinks to even ask if she's okay, which I thought one of the soldiers would do given their sudden allegiance, but nope, they're just standing there. Menacingly! So after Elsa's confrontation with the fire spirit and some rather awkward dialogue...
Follow me into fire. You don't want me to follow you into fire, then don't run into fire.
We find out that their mother was the one who saved their father and she was the leader of the tree people. Yup, that's what I'm calling them.
Right, that's it! I'm out! I'm gonna go into the wilderness and I'm gonna make a new life for myself among the tree people! It can't be worse than this!
After another song, if you can call it that, Elsa announces that she will free the tree people and restore Arendelle. Free them from what exactly? The spirits of the forest? Good luck with that without any conceivable plan. Also, Ryder says...
Wow. I'm sorry, it's just, some of us were born in here. We've never even seen a clear sky.
Which will make you think that some of the tree people would be hesitant on leaving. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying none of them would be at least curious of the outside world, but having some of them willing to stay would be reasonable. If solar opposites can do a better job of conveying conflicting opinions on leaving a place they feel at home at, then you have no excuse. Whatever. We move on to some actually decent character interactions. Well, mostly, until the green giant proceeds to walk by the settlement. After that interaction, Anna and Elsa head off for the voice. However, before doing so, Anna says,
Where are Kristoff and Sven?
Oh yeah, I think they took off with that rider guy and a bunch of reindeer.
They left?
Mm-hmm.
Just left without saying anything?
Who knows the ways of men?
So you don't think to at least try to search for him or ask Elsa to hold off or something? I know it was your idea to search for the voice, but upon learning of Kristoff's disappearance, I would like to think you would at least try to look for him. It's almost as if he doesn't exist to you. I swear the relationship throughout this movie is so fucking flippant. It's like Kristoff is the only one who's actually trying within this relationship, while Anna has googly eyes for her sister. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she shouldn't care about Elsa at all. However, you can have her care about her sister while caring about Kristoff without her just leaving like some sad puppy. It's not like Elsa's forcing her to come. So what's stopping you from at least trying to look for him? Anyway, after Kristoff fails to propose to Anna again,
Princess Anna of Arendelle, my feisty, fearless, ginger sweet love.
Will you marry me?
No.
yeah, it's not like anyone else could have seen that joke coming from a mile away. After that cringe-inducing scene, we get Sven and Kristoff singing, which is honestly well done. They even show clips from the first movie, which reinforces my belief that Kristoff is the only one trying here. However, one problem I do have is that it sort of implies, no, outright states that they're growing apart. But beans, bro, they show that Anna and Kristoff are growing apart in the movie, bro. So it's totally fine. Hence, proving your previous point of Anna not looking for Kristoff pointless. Which would be a valid point if there was a valid reason for Anna and Kristoff growing apart. It's not like they were constantly arguing or Kristoff was a different person than the one she fell in love with. She's just distant from him for seemingly no reason. At least in The Walking Dead, while not right stating it and only admitting to it later, at least there was a rift between Rick and Lori. Again, while it wasn't in your face while they were together, it was clearly shown throughout the various arguments and outright reasonable betrayal with Shane that their relationship was not the same as it was before. So, going back to my Frozen example, just because they are apart doesn't mean Anna should all of a sudden stop caring about him. Again, in The Walking Dead, while he doesn't care in the moment when Lori dies, Rick is absolutely crushed about it later, which is why he has a whole arc of giving up the delusion of talking with her on the phone. So I ask again, why doesn't Anna look for him? Yes, she's sad, which seems like she cares, but she doesn't go after him. The same girl who literally ran in the fire for her sister can't be bothered to look for someone she's been together with for years. All for some arbitrary quote-unquote breakup scene. God, what a mess. Anyway, after doing some high-pitched bird calls, Anna and Elsa find their parents' ship that somehow washed in from the dark sea. I was going to call BS on that, but they did a good job explaining it, so it gets a pass. They find out what their parents were trying to accomplish, which was trying to get answers for Elsa's powers. Speaking of which, she's somehow able to pull the water from the ship to create a frozen memory of her parents' death. What? I thought her powers were just to freeze. It's not like she can control water like Mera from Aquaman. All that has ever shown is her ability to freeze. Speaking of which, after a touching scene with Anna and Elsa sends Anna off in a frozen boat. How is she able to create a stream this long without stretching her hands out? She just stands there while there's more ice off in the distance and her hands are by her side. Whatever. Going back to the previous scene, where is this level of care with Kristoff, the same guy who saved your ass from the fire and you have yet to thank? Did you forget he exists? Anna and Olaf then talk about Elsa with Olaf being angry about changing and I don't fucking care. It disappears as soon as it starts. After running into the green giants, Olaf and Anna get trapped in a cave while Elsa runs across the ocean? What? Why? Why not create a boat to cross the ocean? While yes, the waves are big and the ocean is dangerous, it is immensely way safer to travel by boat than running across it like a fucking baboon. You're not a speedster like Sonic where it's reasonable you can cross the ocean in a sufficient amount of time. It's like you're doing this because the filmmakers want this to be some epic scene that makes sense logically, hence the music. So after battling and taming a water horse, yes really, Elsa heads toward the voice and wait, is that a song I hear? After that, Elsa does her memory ice thing and sees the past of the events of the first movie as well as her grandfather and...
The North Uldra follow magic, which means we can never trust them.
Grandfather?
Magic makes people feel too powerful, too entitled. It makes them think they can defy the will of a king.
What?
That was your plan?
That's your reason? Don't get me wrong, I can see someone being scared of someone with powers or the unknown in general. However, A, the movie outright states...
Were the North Uldra magical, like me?
No, Elsa. They were not magical. They just took advantage of the forest's gifts.
Meaning that these people don't even have powers, hence they could have not used them outside the forest, thus posing no threat. And B, they haven't even done anything to even warrant being a threat. And he doesn't even try talking with them, he just outright goes straight into violence. Hell, even the leader of the tree people wanted to discuss things before you proceed to then chop his head off. God, what a moron. Elsa then somehow freezes like she did in the first Frozen movie because it really needs to trend old water. Cutting to Anna and Olaf, Anna discovers what happened via snow email from Elsa and decides the next course of action is to break the dam. What? 1, that dam will flood Arendelle. Why does it take Olaf to tell you this when Kristoff tells you that earlier? Oh wait, I'm sorry, you were too busy being a brain-dead imbecile. 2, even if it's the right thing to do, that place is your home and home to at least hundreds of others. Where the hell are you gonna live? Even if the structures remain intact, it would take an enormous amount of time to rebuild. This isn't like Thor Ragnarok where they have to let Asgard be destroyed in order to stop a threat. She literally does it because her granddad was an idiot. Hey, didn't Elsa promise to free the people from the forest? While I don't think that would solve all the problems, I feel like it's a pretty decent compromise as opposed to flooding your home. Lastly, Anna says,
That's why everyone was forced out. To protect them from what has to be done.
How would the spirits have known they would come to the conclusion to break the dam? For all they know, they could have died trying to find the place. Anyway, when they're about to leave, Olaf dies. No, seriously, he starts to flurry away. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, how sad. Don't get me wrong, it was played up rather well. I just wasn't feeling it too much. Especially with Anna singing in the next scene. Hey Anna, did you forget that Kristoff exists? You know, someone who has shown time and time again that he cares? No? Just me? Okay. Anyway, Anna's brilliant plan is to lead the Green Giants to the dam. Oh god, the film finally remembers that Kristoff exists and he saves her ass yet again. The lead soldier and the tree people see the rock giant and the lead soldier's response isn't, oh my god, it's the queen's sister, we should help her. It's, oh my god, she's headed for the dam. And the way he says it implies she's become enemy number 1. And while I can believe protecting the dam should be a priority, I also believe that a man who said that he stands with Arendelle would want to at very least assure of her safety. But given his earlier portrayal, I'm not surprised. Anyway, after helping her ass on the cliff and not showing any concern for Kristoff, Anna faces off against the soldiers, stating that the dam has to break in order for the mist to lift and free the people, which while it does seem to render my previous point of not breaking the dam to free the people null and void, it still doesn't negate the fact that innocent people will lose their homes. Plus, like or rather the movie stated earlier, some people were born there. Do you honestly believe that these people would want to leave something they called home for years? Also, the tree people seem like nice folks. I'm sure they would be willing to come to some sort of common ground or maybe even be opposed to bringing the dam. Hell, some of them may not even believe that the dam is anything besides a gift, given how it's been here all these years. Whatever, they break the dam and the soldier now decides to do his job in saving the princess. As the tidal wave heads towards Arendelle, Elsa shows up to stop it. Well, Beans, looks like your point earlier of them losing their homes serves no purpose, bro. While yes, Elsa does stop the wave, Anna and everyone else could not have known that. Plus, Elsa has been shown not to have been able to handle a wave that big, and it's only because of the horse that she's able to. Again, no one would have been able to predict that. Anyway, Elsa rides off like she's gotten a pat on the back as Anna apologizes for leaving Kristoff behind, and I'm not repeating myself again. We're near the end and it's 3 a.m. The forest is freed and the Arendellians and the tree people are at peace. Yup, just like that. No gradual buildup or anything. Their bickering and hinted at rivalry is pretty much brushed aside and forgotten about. Elsa comes riding back to Anna explaining,
Spirits all agreed. Arendelle deserves to stand with you.
no, Arendelle deserves to stand because those people had nothing to do with their brain dead of a grandfather's moronic decision. Although guys, Olaf's back. Now I remember why I wasn't sad, because I knew he'd come back eventually. Anyway, Anna becomes the queen of Arendelle and Elsa stays behind to become leader of the tree people before literally riding off into the sunset like Indiana Jones. My god, what a mess of a film, from the plot to some of the decisions these characters make. I know this was a sloppy production, but when Duke Nukem Forever seems way more entertaining than this, I honestly don't know what to say. Well, again, I'm not the biggest Frozen fan. I'd rather watch that than this mess all over again. It felt like they were trying to recapture the magic of the first movie, but fell on all fronts. Anyway, I'm gonna go catch some Z's because I'm fucking exhausted, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I don't feel so good.